And look at all the stuff that our modern societies are doing with our governments. I shouldn't even use the word our, because it's not mine at all. But basically, non-stop wars, trying to take over stuff. Like, the more that I meditate, the more I'm like I call myself an anarcho-capitalist. I've kind of recently been saying I'm kind of like less motivated to be super pro-anarchist, not because I don't believe that it's not the best way, that society, if society could function that way, it would be the best way. But most people are idiots, and they want to actually be slaves, and I'm actually surrounded by them. And so, you know, so I kind of changed on that. And then on the capitalist part, what I really mean is I believe in free markets. I believe that there shouldn't be a group of people who extort and regulate the markets. The markets are always best totally free. And of course, we have hardly any of that. We do on the internet, and definitely with things like privacy coins. I'm a little less capitalist now in the terms of, like, I don't really see most of this stuff that we have in Western society today as being beneficial. I see it as actually being mostly negative. Now, it's great you have options. And yeah, I do fly around when I fly. And I do go around in cars. I have electricity and all that kind of stuff. Like, some of it's good, for sure. But most of it is just horrible. And most people are just so damaged and destroyed by the entire system that mostly I just want away from it. And that's really where I'm getting at. Oh, I should mention, since I'm talking about this, I'm walking on grass right now, and these shoes I have, I don't know if you can see them here, are grounding shoes. So they're made with like leather, I believe, on the bottom, really thin. So I actually ground with the earth. And you know, you see a lot of people who are in Western society, and they don't really like these native types or people who live simply. Actually, they think they're kind of like lazy, like, go get productive. No, don't. Almost everything that society does today is horrible. Be less productive, please. So, you know, for all those people out there who hate capitalists, you can kind of come to me and I'll talk about how I actually want to see society far less productive. Because the productivity it does is it turns into horrible stuff, because humans are not in a good place right now. And, you know, a lot of people live in the West will be like, oh, you know, I've never actually been to New Guinea, but there's like, what do they call those, pygmies or something? Oh, they're kind of like lesser people. They don't even know the rest of the world exists. It's like, they're lucky. Like, I don't see any of those people as lesser in any way than our Western society. And I actually don't even live in mostly Western society. I live in Mexico, which has facets of what you could call Western society. There's Walmarts and stuff like that. But I don't think any of it's really all that good. While I'm at it, you know, a lot of people will say, oh, look at that guy. He mostly just smokes weed and doesn't really do anything. It's like, good. That's better than what most people do. A lot of people work at banks. They work for the government. They work for all these major multinational corporations, filing their paperwork, enslaving people more. Or they work for Silicon Valley, which is turning into just complete technocracy, dystopian, tracking, digital IT. So anyway.